going to be as far as when you name the starting quarterback? How do you see that playing out?
I don't know. And we keep rotating. Even if a guy goes at the first, we'll see if he stays the starter. Because again, I don't know if anyone's had the support or played well enough to clearly separate. You get into game situations, maybe things go somewhat. We're not going to be looking over shoulder at one bad pass, but again, right now we're just going to just kind of let it keep going a little bit. We'll see. And we might have to go at first. That means going to be the starter. Just might be based on what we've seen short term. That guy's taking care of the ball the best, giving us the best chance to win. I don't see a huge separation with all three of the guys we're going with right now.
So at this point, would you say you anticipate two guys playing in the opener?
I mean, maybe three. I don't know.
Maybe three.
I don't know. I mean, we're just not as consumed with as you guys. So they're all doing good. No one's really separated. I don't know if they're getting great support. Today was a great practice. First thing you know, a couple of days off, guys were fresher, faster. It looked a lot better today. As you go through 2 days, a little wear and tear and some fatigue and stuff, I think it gets a little sloppy. So sometimes, statistically or schematically, a guy might not be looking clean. The other night we actually had 2 picks in the scrimmage. You guys watched, they were scripted picks, so we could practice sudden change. Then you guys say, well, he threw a turnover. It was like throw it to him because we wanted to practice the flipping it around a little bit. So we got work to do on it, and at the same time, I don't want it where one guy goes out and makes a mistake. He's done. These guys have played so little. They all have a chance. They're all doing reasonably well. Getting a game setting. Maybe a guy takes off. Maybe doesn't. I don't see it being a revolving door, but I don't have a clear picture yet.
How close or how far is the rest of the depth chart from?
That's pretty decent. Again, we'll play some multiple guys at D-line, even though we have starters. The linebackers are pretty much set. The secondary's fairly much set, although we'll play a couple guys there with 6 or 7, 8 guys. Offensive line pretty set with the first 5. Tight ends pretty set. We get Bolster and Phillips are going a little bit more now. That helps us out a little bit. Running back will probably be a couple, 3 guys. Even if a guy goes first, I don't necessarily mean it might be, next game somebody else goes first because he's played again. Just keeping competition. It's not. We're threatening guys or we have issues with guys. It's just some battles that are close. Maybe that means no one's doing well, but at the same time, I'm not disappointed with some second and 2 or 2s and 3s right now.
From a skill standpoint, where who's ahead of the curve and who has some time to make up?
As far as
just let's say the defense.
And who's ahead?
Well, what kind of what does that defense need to do? Make up in the next week? What do you want to see them improve in?
Well, again, you get into, we've kind of had, pretty hard preseason, reasonably, I think, physical, very competitive, reasonably demanding, I think, for where those guys were. So now it's a little bit more into polishing and cleaning up. So you kind of trust, I think we've worked pretty hard. I'm trying to get our young men to realize that we need to take some confidence and rest comfortably with how hard we've worked. And now trust the way we do it, trust the foundation we've laid, and the foundation that's been set, and let's go out and play up to our capabilities by understanding what the opponent does. So defense, it's all about recognition. It's trained reaction. See the formation. What do you anticipate? Top 2 or 3 runs, top 2 or 3 passes. Is the running back in the gun? Is he in the eye? Is he to the tight? Is he way? Is it 2 wides? Is it 3 wides? What are their situations? So the more you can process, the faster you play. So defensively, this week's all about polishing. There's an implementation of game situations of day 1, day 2, day 3, of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But it's really about polish and learning your defense. Next week, you wipe the slate clean, you come back. We'll do some physical things in practice, but we have physically and conditionally set the standard of what we are.
You mentioned Bolzer being out.
Go ahead.
You mentioned Bolzer being out. He and DeWeese are both not on the depth chart. What are the odds? I would say, what are the odds? Is there a chance those guys play? Or?
Yeah, physically they're probably good. It's just, when you miss, we're getting ready to basically practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday's a walkthrough. And if you miss, for example, if you practice 5 and you come back practice 21, you miss 16 practices. That's now 4 weeks of what we're getting ready to do.
Right.
And so it's a lot. There's a lot of water at Winter Dam just with recognition, understanding, foundation, base and feet fundamentals, getting off blocks, etc. So to me, you got to kind of earn it. Also, to the other guys that have been out there battling every day, it's a little disheartening. Even though guy might have a skill set, you still got to kind of earn it back. And it might be a quick earn.
Right.
Because your skill set drives you to the point, but just to walk back and I don't buy the deal. I got hurt. I automatically get my spot back because I was a starter. You got to kind of earn it a little bit too. One of my comments: it's not about getting healthy; it's about getting better.
Right.
And better doesn't mean healthy; it means you're being a better football player too. When you miss work, that's hard to do. So we'll keep an eye on those guys. Those are 2 skilled kids. They did a lot well in spring. hopefully they'll get in the mix. But is it this game a lot, or does it take 2 or 3 weeks? And it'll probably be different for each guy.
Have they both missed a lot of time? I mean,
yeah, just been very gimpy in just with a couple minor deals, but just with all the running and things we're doing, I've just had a hard time getting out there on a consistent basis. And we've been very injury free. They just had a couple little tweaks with some minor pulls and whatnot that's just kind of set them a little bit back.
Do you sense a little spring in the step today, being game week, and you guys are almost there?
Very much, and again, a couple of days off, and we talked a lot. We're trying to teach them. We taught them maybe our winter routine, our spring routine, our summer. Now we're trying to teach them this is our game routine, because as coaches, I think we're extremely habitual in where we eat and what color, which sock you put on first, and all that. Whether it's superstitions, and there's habits of practice, and there's formats, and we actually spent a couple of days explaining this is a Monday and how you do it. This is a Tuesday and how you do it. This is a Wednesday as we build through the week physically and mentally. And because we don't, by any means, as hard as we've worked, we can't relax and not be ready to play, because this opponent beat us the last time. And MAC teams have a tremendous opportunity. I've always done well against Big Ten teams. I've been a part of those games, so I get it. At the same time, we've worked them hard enough. We can't go over the line. There's always a balance as a coach you're looking for. So a lot of spring in the step today, and hopefully we can keep that balance and keep plugging and pushing the right buttons between now and Saturday.
Are you more of a right foot or a left foot person yourself?
I never thought about the socks. I got a bunch of deals with socks anyway. Now you can ask my wife if the right pair isn't clean on Saturday. I have certain pairs I like to wear. If I can't find them, all of a sudden that has the issue with a backside reach plug, right? Anyway.
The freshman impact, it looks like you're going to have maybe, 6, 7, 8 freshmen?
Yeah, a couple 3 receivers. I would anticipate, Latimer possibly, Latimer for sure, Wynn for sure, possibly Jay McCants, and the 2 deep special teams and whatnot. I would anticipate Jake Reed as a tight end playing. In the offensive line, you got some second team guys, Bernard Taylor, Peyton Eckert, that might get in, might not, just based on game. Do we want to? They might be second team, and we still redshirt because you can if you don't need them, but you're getting them ready. Running back D'Angelo for sure, Stephen Houston, first year guy for sure. Secondary, I think Mullen and Mark Murphy and a couple of DBs are close. I'm not sure about D-line, D-tackle. So by the time you go through it, probably about 8 or 9, maybe a couple more as the dust settles.
Is there a point where you want to make a decision and say, okay, these guys are, these guys aren't? In terms of whether you redshirt or don't.
No, if it can help us win, you don't want to do it with 2 games left. But if it's a key deal to help us win, hopefully early we're pushing the right buttons that we max the year. You don't want to play a guy. I think by playing guys, they play better their second year, but you just don't want to play a little and be a waste. So there's a fine line there. But there's not a deadline. It could be, after the non-conference schedule, game 5 or 6, that we decide we got to play a guy. Would hate to do that, but I've had that happen before. That's a little bit more due to injuries or guys not coming through for you. But